People don't lose respect for you because you're not enough. They lose respect because your people-pleasing teaches them you'll trade your time and dignity for approval. People-pleasing looks like being easygoing, reliable, low maintenance, the nice one. But socially, it reads as no standards, no limits, no consequences. Once people learn that, they start testing you. More requests, more interruptions, more jokes at your expense. Here's the misconception. If you're helpful enough, people will appreciate you. Appreciation and respect are not the same currency. Appreciation is a feeling. Respect is a pattern of behavior, and behavior follows reinforcement. Social psychology often describes first impressions in two buckets: warmth and competence. People-pleasing cranks up warmth, but it quietly undercuts competence, which is where respect usually lives. Psychology calls this operant conditioning. What gets rewarded gets repeated. When someone pushes a boundary and you respond with a smile, a quick yes, or a rushed favor, you reward the push. You don't mean to, but the brain learns fast. You become the person who says yes, even when it costs you. There's also the reciprocity norm. People are wired to return favors. People-pleasing breaks that system because you give without a price. No trade, no standard, no expectation. Over time, the other person stops registering your effort as special. It becomes background noise. Social exchange theory says relationships track cost and benefit. When your cost is high and your standards are low, people downgrade you. Not because everyone is evil, but because you signal your resources are unlimited and your time is cheap. The reversal is simple. Respect comes from standards and follow-through, not from being liked in the moment. The goal is not to become cold. The goal is to stop giving away access to your time and emotions for free. So here's the core shift that ends people-pleasing. You slow down your yes. You create friction. You make your agreement intentional instead of automatic. That small pause changes everything because it removes the instant reward. First, replace instant compliance with a pause. A pause is not an argument. It's a boundary signal. When you answer immediately, you signal availability on demand. When you pause, you signal you have priorities and you make decisions. Second, evaluate the request like a business transaction. Not emotionally, not morally, practically. What does it cost you? Time, energy, money, reputation, stress. People pleasers ignore cost and then resent people later. Respect comes when you price your time up front calmly. Third, respond with a clear choice. Yes with limits or no without explaining. Most people-pleasing comes from over-explaining. You think more words make you safer. They don't. More words create more angles for negotiation, guilt, and pressure. A short answer holds the frame. One extra lever. Stop pre-apologizing. Constant pre-apologies are impression management that backfires. They train people to treat your needs as a burden. Replace apologies with neutral statements. Warm, firm, brief. Now apply this in real life. At work, people-pleasing shows up as last-minute tasks and constant availability. You become the person people dump quick tasks on. The fix is changing the reward. When requests come in, you don't jump. You slow the pace, check priorities, and set a realistic timeline. You also make trade-offs visible. What gets delayed when you take on the new task? With friends, people-pleasing shows up as tolerating disrespect to keep the vibe friendly. You laugh at the joke you hate. You ignore the dig. You stay in conversations that drain you. That trains the group that your comfort is optional. When you stop rewarding it, less reaction, less access, less availability, the dynamic shifts. Healthy friends adjust. Users escalate because they were benefiting from your silence. With family, people-pleasing is usually guilt and obligation. Approval shows up when you comply, and pressure shows up when you don't. That's intermittent reinforcement, and it's one of the strongest ways to shape behavior. The fix is separating love from compliance. You can care and still decline. You can show up and still have limits. Here's what will happen when you change. Some people will call you selfish. That's reactance. When people feel they're losing control, they push harder. If you fold when they push, you teach them escalation works. If you stay calm and consistent, they learn a new rule. People-pleasing is not kindness. It's fear with good manners. Real kindness includes self-respect. So if you want people to respect you, stop being the person who says yes on reflex. Pause. Price your time. Set limits. Follow through. Your life gets quieter and your relationships get cleaner. Comment pause if you're done being the default yes. Subscribe for practical psychology you can use. Turn on the bell so you don't miss the next one.